different world now. Today's woman.
Okay, what's going on? Okay. Okay, what's happening? Did my show? Okay, what is going on? Okay, let me see if I try something else here. Let me remove this. I'm not sure what's going on, but I will try another song. That song is owned by me, so I'm not sure why will Facebook remove it. It's not theirs. Okay, it don't make any sense. Give me 1 second. No, it's not. It's not Facebook song. Okay, your browser have blocked. Okay, click the screen icon in the address bar. So why would it do that? Okay, what is going on here? Okay, let's try this again. I don't get this. All right, so I'm still on. But it's not saying I'm live. Oh, I forgot. I'm on the. Oh, guys, please forgive me. I am on. Gosh, have mercy. I am here, folks. My apologies. My apologies. I am here, but I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay. I am not sure at all what's going on here. So I don't want to start all over, but I'm going to go ahead and do. All right. No, this is not where we are. This is not my disclaimer. This is not my disclaimer. This is my disclaimer. Okay, so Tangent Blue, for some reason, my stuff just flip up. But this okay, we're just gonna continue. Okay. It's live, so we have these glaciers and we'll continue having it. So let's have a conversation. Okay. I'm gonna play this song. I own no copyright to it. This song came out during the independent movement, especially during apartheid. This is Sonia Okusu. During my days when I was growing up, my parents used to play this song. Love it. And it reminds me of it's Afrocentric, is patriarchy, and it's showing nationalism. All right. So let's play this. really quickly. Then we are going to go ahead. I'm going to play that again. Well, I'm not sure what's going on. Here we go. We want to know who owns Papa's land. We want to know who owns the land. Who owns Papa's land? We want to know Papa's land, Papa's land. We want to know who owns the land. Who owns Papa's land? We want to know Papa's land, Papa's land. We want to know who owns the land. Who owns Papa's land? We want to know Papa's land, Papa's land. We want to know who owns the land. Who owns Papa's land? We want to know Papa's land, Papa's land. We want to know who owns the land. We want to know, we want to know. Yes, we want to know who owns the land. I said we want to know, we want to know. Africa wants to know who owns the land. Africa is my father's land. Yeah. Yes, Africa is my own father's land. Will you let my people go? We want to rule from Cape to Cairo. Will you let my people go? We want to rule from Cape to Cairo. Will you free my people's hands? We want to rule like Papa's land. I say, will you free my brother's hands? We want to rule like Papa's land. Who owns Papa's land? We want to know. Papa's land, Papa's land. We want to know. Who owns Papa's land? We want to know. Papa's land, Papa's land. We want to know. Who owns Papa's land? We want to know. Papa's land, Papa's land. We want to know. Who owns Papa's land? We want to know. Papa's land, Papa's land. We want to know. Now listen carefully. All right, sisters, as you listen. We want to know. Chinese are ruling in China land. Yes, Chinese are ruling in China land.
Knockoff drugs like compounded semaglutide are not.
I am so sorry, folks. I am so sorry. That's a commercial. Uh,
Americans are ruling America. Oh. Yes, Americans are ruling America. So Africa must be ruled by Africans. Africa must be ruled by Africans. Who owns Papa's land? We want to know. Papa's land, Papa's land. We want to know who owns the land. Who owns Papa's land? We want to know. Papa's land, Papa's land. We want to know who owns the land. Who owns Papa's land? We want to know. Papa's land, Papa's land. We want to know who owns the land. Who owns Papa's land? We want to know.
so I know Kusu, we want to know who owned the land. So I'm going to be talking to you today about Liberia. It is not Liberia the promise betrayed. A promise betrayed, but Liberia another promise betrayed, or the promise betrayed. And I want to show you all something. See right here. Right here. This is the AP style book. This is the 6th edition. This is the 7th edition. And somebody will ask me, why is this woman showing us this? Because things change. And when they change, the leaders must answer in real time. The reason you have leaders is everybody cannot lead. They're supposed to be the vision bearer. They're supposed to understand and take the people, their organization, their nation, okay, where they ought to be and not where they want to be. Where they ought to be. That's what leaders are for. That's why they call you a leader. And leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. Okay, now, I wrote this afternoon. First, let me begin with this. The Governance Commission that's supposed to monitor good governance in Liberia is a local union, local commission. Okay, if you look at all those that are in there, Bobolu Kante, Lofa Kante, Singh Kante, okay, same people, same belief system, same people. I'm talking 58-59% of this government, everything they spoke about yesterday, is present today. Okay, so I wrote this morning about what is happening in Liberia. The Central Bank of Liberia, the CBL, increased mobile money withdrawal, freed of fees by 2% to make sure the nephew gets his 50K per month. I wrote that. And I said that, and I own up to that. And that is the fact. Imagine. When Talu were there, Talu were making $22,000, $800 monthly. So the double A plus more for the nephew of Bwaka. Now let's talk about building a nation. You came to rescue the nation. Liberians get no relief. When you rescue, okay, you bring relief. The relief will bring the recovery. So you create programs to stimulate or start jump the economy. You don't start jump an economy by suffocating the people, by increasing taxes, by paying yourself every penny that comes into the coffers of the country. You don't start jump in an economy by paying the top 5% working for government. This is not private sector. These are not people who made their money by innovation, by inventing, by hard work. No, it's not. It's people merely hired. In fact, we didn't hire them. The Liberian people hire 105 person. 103 legislature, yeah, 103 persons. That's the senators, the House of Representatives. That's what the Liberian people hired. Then they elected the president, the vice president by default on that ticket to work for the Liberian people, to work on their behalf, to be their voices, to consult with them and understand what they want to be. And then the leaders will decide what Liberia ought to be. Projection, not stagnation. Okay? Now, when after you would have done this relief, recover, you reform to build a system better than the system was. Why did we go to war? When you come back and tell me as an informed citizen that, oh, we did it yesterday, so we're doing it the same way. You are merely telling me the killing of our people was in vain. You are telling me 14 years of war was in vain. It was just for a few people to come back because the other people that were there, we didn't like. So we didn't like the 123 years of Congo rule. So we decided. So let's start with the settlers. They left, according to them. Here it is. We, the people of the Republic of Liberia, were originally inhabitants of the United States of North America. In some parts of that country, we were debarred by law from all rights and privileges of man. In other parts, public sentiment more powerful than laws frowned us down. We were excluded from all participation in the government. We were taxed without our consent. We were compelled to contribute to the resources of the country, which gave us no protection. We were made a separate and distinct class, and against us, every avenue of improvement was effectively closed. Strangers from other land of a color different from ours were preferred before us. Okay, we uttered our complaints, but they were unattended to or only met by a legend or peculiar institution of the country. Okay, all hope of a favorable change in our country was thus wholly extinguished in our bosom, and we look with anxiety for some asylum from the deep degradation. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? This is the cellular came for asylum. Okay. Then they turn out to be exactly where they took asylum from. I'm talking. They came and became exactly where they took asylum from. Prejudice, discrimination, corruption. And they say the proof is in the pudding. Then, according to Dr. Blighty, okay, let me tell you what she said, and I read this over and over. I'm going to continue to read it to the Liberian people, and I don't mind at all. Okay. Why is it doing this? Okay. And I'm going to continue to do that. And Dr. Blighty wrote, here it is. He wrote, to the very settler after they have settled in Liberia. He wrote in 1862 or 1863. Dr. Edward Woman Blighty. Okay, he said, Liberia as she is, and the present duty of her citizen. What are the moral causes of the present evil in Liberia? 1862, the men were asking, what is the cause of present evil? And I'm asking the same question. So you come from a place where you came to seek asylum, that your complaint were not heard, that you were discriminated against, that there were degradation. Then after that, the country boys came. Nete woman born so yo. Congo woman born ro. Nete woman born so yo. Congo woman born ro. Came. And you know what it says? Like where the promise betrayed? I want you to listen. First, when they were asked why 12 were killed, nepotism, failure to respond to the masters in a timely manner, rampant corruption. That is also true. Now, here we go. This book Chronicle Liberia history. And some of you will do, especially the young people, it will do you good to read the TRC report. And it reads, almost from the moment they seized power, soldiers of the Liberian armed forces have been a law unto themselves, looting, arson, flogging, arbitrary arrest, persistent report of rape. All of these abuse have been attributed to the widespread soldier lawyer to President Doe. Report of summary execution, meanwhile, have been colored by credible eyewitnesses. They're all documented. The book is current there. Okay. Hey guys. Now, and when Blighty were writing about this present day evil, this is 1863. A few years, it's 1862, a few years after Liberia independence. Okay. 1847. 1862. So these, by the time they took over, they started the killing. They started stealing. They started looting. Then nepotism came in. People were put in, they said ministers, right? They put ministers in different facets, but were all controlled. You could not speak. My uncle was put down, a lawmaker, at a checkpoint during the 80s and flocked in the public because the president gives the command. You're top plenty in our country. Most of you don't follow history. The president began the Lord and gospel, beating because he spoke up while his children were in the back of the car. A lawmaker. A lawmaker. This is Liberia history. Some of you are just stop. So I asked the question. So the country boys came, they loot, they do. Now we are here. We say we came to rescue. So who are we rescuing? We pay one man generator $3,000. We give people who came to serve us money to ride cars, money to pay live in their own country, in their own houses, money to go to program that they want to go to that has nothing to do with Liberia. How you call it? We are seeing no job report. Yesterday they see people on my post and say in America, oh, Trump increase sending money to, yes, the quiet capital flight. He does not want the money to leave his country. He needed to stay here. When you take up over a country with 90% unemployment, you don't charge them taxes. When Obama took over in 2000, I think that was 2007, 2008, America had 10% unemployment. It was very bad. They put a mechanism to get people stimulus checks to spend it. So it's cycle in the economy. They started building roads. They venture into new arena. Those who could innovate, they get them grants to create businesses, to create new jobs. They didn't close businesses. They didn't come after businesses. Okay. I listened to what's this guy name? I listened to Nukwe yesterday and were very rude, exceptionally rude on the show. But I see that he was afraid. Nukwe is sanctioned for criminal behavior, discrimination, threatening people. When Nukwe was chosen, when Nukwe was chosen by Bwaka in 2016 to run within 2017, he made a remark. It's out there. You'll go find it. It does not matter how long it takes. He was talking to the Liberian diasporan who left and took refuge because of the killing that was going on in the country. It does not matter how long it takes. We deal with your come here and for our jobs. This is not your jobs. Yesterday, he said something to me. He said, You mean you sit in America and justify? He was trying to push his point because he's angry against Liberians that live around the world. Guess what? He got sanctioned, but he took America to court to allow him to come to America. American people refused. And he got problem with that. He also was sanctioned for corruption, for bribery. Mr. 10%, that was his name when he was in Ways and Means. The other day I posted their name, Jeremiah Kuhn, Alex Tyler. Jeremiah Kuhn, Alex Tyler, Thomas Fala. You name them. Ways and Means. They put money in the budget, stole it, build themselves schools, build themselves hospital, make themselves rich, build themselves mansion, and they live in the way the Liberian people suffer. But you know, the saddest thing is, it seems that we like to dance for our food. We go dancing for people. We go insulting other people so we can be able to eat. We don't want somebody that will come there and empower us so we can eat our own food. Okay? So, you are charging us. We contribute over 800 million annually in Liberia. Okay? $800 million in Liberia annually. All right? And you are going to tax it 2%. You think about how much is that? Who gets the money? Who gets the money? We are sending money to our people because they don't have jobs, because they have to live, because you are not capable of creating jobs and they need to live. Okay? But you're charging us. You're charging us for doing so. Imagine that. Shoot. I don't know if the Facebook, I think they blocked. I don't know if they blocked because they blocked this earlier. So I'm not sure what's going on. Let me see here if I can log in here. It's doing this. Okay. You are telling us or telling our people or putting our people life in jeopardy because we are trying to help our people. We're trying to support our people. We're trying to invest in Liberia. But you know what? You want the money, but you have not created one job. You know, here in America, we create fewer jobs than we did when before Joe Biden left. The president is firing the labor minister, although those are due to his own tariff and all the tariffs that he's been putting on, the trade war that is going on. In trade war, people do lose, and some people win. People find new partners, okay? But it's someone with him, it's someone else's fault, okay? So, 1:33, I will be leaving. But you, on the other hand, have not created a job. All you've done since you came to power is create more problem for the people, charge them more, steal from them, fly all over the place. When they talk, you'll bring your tribalism, you'll come on the people post, writing, insulting, okay? Let me tell you something. Today, I wrote under my own post. Go find out how many millionaires in Georgia with 10 million people. In your population, in our population in Liberia, 60% of the population cannot live on less than $2.50 a day, live below the poverty line. The government should be focused on creating jobs changing the status of the Liberian people, not charging them more. The government should be giving incentives to Liberians who want to do business. Maybe even give them grants and say, you know what? We're going to take $100 million and put it aside. Okay? And here what we're going to do. You bring your business proposal. We're not going to give you the money. We're going to do capital investment with infrastructure investment. So let's say you want to open a factory and it's going to cost you, the setup cost would be at least $2 million. The government said we'll procure that. But you also have to come on with that $2 million, at least 10%, because you have to have a vested interest. Okay. Liberians around the world, we're going to set up maybe 50 million for local Liberian. We're going to set up another 50 million for Liberian all around the world. There are at least 1 million or more of us. Okay. I don't want it to come be an individual. I want you to group your stuff. Okay. We will come up anything you come up. If you have 20% or 30% of an amount, we will match it. What industry do we have? You take rice from Japan and you get them your sea to take your fish free, but you take rice. You have some of the best soil in the world. Okay? Say, I need to have at least divide Liberia into 5 regions. I need to have 5 regional farms. You know, in the United States or in other developed nations, the government subsidizes farming. You see the food that they give to United Nations, bring it around the world, the relief food. They're growing, most of them are growing here in America on the farm. The government subsidizes it, buy the food from the farmers and send it around the world. Majority of the farmers are millionaires. But what are you doing? What are you doing? You are choking the people. The moment the people shake a little bit, you start choking them. When you rescue is like a relief team. You recover, okay? The recovery process takes for you to breathe into them. The government, the recovery process takes an idea to breathe and empower, jumpstart the economy, start the economy so the people can live, so they can breathe. You don't keep going at them. When you tell you come on people post to lie, to insult. You know, after the course this morning, somebody told me and says, yeah, the people come on your post and insult you because they know you will not insult back. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. But I will continue to educate them. And let me say this. It does not matter who is. Good afternoon. When somebody is a liar, lie is a descriptive, okay, adjective. All right? I'm simply saying Papi Bwaka lie. Up to now, he has not proven to me that he has not lied. All right? I know the contract that they signed with Judgy, the contract stated that there will be enough product in Liberia for Judgy to be able to stay afloat, okay, with the rubber plantation. I get that. I get that. I get that. But don't you think, and you said that the rubber will stay local. So everybody come, my thing is, then you say the person did it, that person did it. What is the strategy first and foremost? So Ellen did it. We are did it. Bwaka done it. What is the strategy? What do we intend to yield? The question that we ask as educators always, what's your why? What is the why? Why is what behind it? Okay. We want to produce in Liberia. Great. What outcome are you looking for? How much job are you going to create? What would be the economic impact? I welcome anytime you want to process in Liberia. Okay. Now, are you going to empower Liberian rubber producer and say, you know what? You'll create a corporation. We will help you through the process. You know where Zuckerberg started his idea? On college campus in the dorm room. You know what Bill Gates started? In his mother's garage and his father's garage with his friends. You know who financed the railroad? That we had the Intercontinental Railroad, the government of America, when the idea was conceived by an individual, public person. You know the Standard Oil? You know who conceived it? An individual, private citizen, and the government subsidized it. And the trade go on. When you see Discovered America, when you see people come up with an idea, when they innovate, the internet that you and I use today, it started with the Swiss Army and the US Army, but they created it on the open source where people can build up upon it. They didn't choke the people. Hey, Captain Dara, hey, Mo, hi everyone, hey, Doris, okay? So, you're charging our people. You're charging our people with money that we send in a country with 90% unemployment for them to eat. So we send $100. Your intention, okay, is to take $2. So if we send 10,000 today, your intention is to divide your own and take your own. Out of the 800 million that we send, you want those million and take your own, how you call it, 2%. Now, explain to us. What's hey LIB, what's behind it? What is the idea? What's your why? We pay in America. America is stopping people from sending money to Africa or to any country. They call it capital flight. They want to keep their money in their country. We are working hard, but you want to take from our people who are already struggling. I see little mommy who were running from platform to platform here yesterday, talking bad about we are, backing everything. And see, like this UP, soup, or LU people that government gave them, I call them government brag, because most of those people left Liberia on government scholarship and they're here. Okay? And that's all they know. Most of them are on cover on payroll. I'm saying, and I don't give a fuck where anybody thinks. Okay? And they feel the need to, all right? They feel the need to sabotage everyone. But I'm going to play this really quickly. Okay? It's something that, you see, people think when people in Liberia are the way they are, hi, Brother Joe, it's because they're ignorant. No, majority of the time it's not ignorant. They choose to be that way. They choose that. Hey, Alex, they choose that because they benefit. Okay? Benefit might be to associate with people in a position of power, whatever. Benefits could be financial. Okay? It could be relational. All right? And this is what is happening in Liberia. And y'all want us to just sit and wait. When I listen to, and I will play this guy, but let me first play this. Let me play this. Folks, please share the video. I'm about to get off. I got 15 minutes, and then I'm going to get off. Okay? So, when FDR took over America during the Great Depression, I'm going to explain to you what he did. Okay? First thing. The first thing that he did, he created different programs. He said, never again. The thing we use today in America, you're always sitting in the United States and liking and fighting all the bad things that are going on in Liberia, because like you're the one at your time, just the way most of the sedition did in the last government. When some of us were here talking to they say, oh, you're hateful. Meaning we're saying, oh, I don't have crush on I used to go out with and done me. I need to go get married. Most of them didn't know I've been married literally all of my life. All my children are grown. Okay, they didn't know that. They just assume. Most Liberians assume. We make decisions based on assumption. We don't investigate. I see people come on my post and say, go read. You have somebody like George Lobo, big old head with absolutely nothing in a loud mouth, will come under my post. So the heck tell me I need to go research. Baby boy, that's what I do. I do that every day. Okay. When I don't speak to things I don't know. And I'm not looking for job. I don't not looking for connection. If I ever to working like really like when people would decide we want this woman to represent us, or it would be meritocracy based on what I'm able to do, okay, and give back to my country. I'm not desperate, so I'm going to continue to speak my truth. The first thing this dude did was, FDR did was, he put in mechanism, okay? He put in, first, he sent out federal funds. He sent out funds from the government to state to help struggling citizens. We saw that here during the bubble bust under President Obama. We saw that here during, if you are new to America, we saw that here during the corona. The government sent money out. Okay? Government sent, you go set up this lofa woman, go set up account to follow me. Thank you for following, Marianne. Continue to follow. Okay? And since you want to be acknowledged, the government, the people know where they want. Yes, I'm sure they know they want to suffer too. Yep. He set up, they send out money. The government sent out money to the citizens that were struggling so they can be able to breathe a little bit. Okay. The next thing he did was, along with his advisor, he developed programs that will help put America out of depression. The third thing that he did was he set up the civilian conservation camp. In fact, the special envoy to Liberia that did the disarmament during the oil mill in Liberia, Jacques Klein, talked about this triple C and said Liberia needed to put this mechanism in place during the reconstruction. It helped America to get her out of the depression. The third thing that they did the Agricultural Adjustment Act. The third thing that they did was the Social Security, the RIEA, Social Security Act. The Social Security Act, what did it do? It created a shelter, okay, and for all Americans. That's why when in America, 300 and almost 40 million people, they're less than 11% that live below the poverty line. And those people, to bring them above, here's this, to bring them above, the government gave them money. They gave them housing, okay? They gave them food stamps. They give them housing allowance or discount, okay? You have free school and other things that the government comes in and do to make sure. And when I hear Liberians say, America got poor people, everywhere got poor people. The funny thing is everybody can work. Some people have disability, physical disability. Some people have mental disability. When you see Americans in the street, homeless, majority of the time, 98.8% of the time, they have some sort of disability, mostly mental. Okay? Not that people can take them in, but sometimes they're just in the street because there are financial help, even families. So think about it that way. So it's 11%. 11% of Americans live below the poverty line. They can get assistance if they don't want to. All right. America got less than 5% unemployment, 4.2% precisely. Some people got 2-3 jobs. Some people want certain job. That's why they're seeking, because they're not the job they want. So that's what that number is on. So if some people just take any job, you may not have people unemployed. If you look right here in Georgia, we got hundreds of thousands of jobs available that are filled. So you talk and you compare America. How in hell? Compare yourself right there with Ghana. Ghana, with 84 billion in GDP, pays her lawmaker $2,000. The GDP per capita for Ghana is 2,500. Liberia GDP per capita is 600, a little bit over 600. Pay her lawmaker 10,000, 20,000, 15,000. Do you imagine? on my show. Okay. All right. You tell me. All right. I'm giving you numbers. I'm not just talking. I'm not an airhead of yours just for lay people because you're Lofiant. This is this one coming. The people know what they want. I'm gonna put this woman name here. She wants to be known. She's Lofiant. Okay. And they're enjoying. So now everything she spoke against yesterday is here. So I'm gonna make you popular a little bit, sis. All right. So we can know your type are the one that kept the nation stagnant. Okay, I'm not gonna ignore you. Most people will say I should ignore. I will not. Now make you popular. People will send you requests so you can be their friends. So all of you can be in cohort in destroying your country. All right. And tomorrow also, when tomorrow comes, this is also on YouTube. I want you to understand that. So when there's a new government next time and you're talking, you will have no place to talk. It's going on for a lifetime. This is Miriam. She set up an account to literally follow me around Facebook to tell me that people are making decisions. I'm sure the people made decision based on what Bwaka told them. And he is a crook and a liar for an old man. A crook and an international liar. Like he said, he went to school in America, but Donald Trump asked him, and he said he went to school in Liberia, never acknowledged the school he went to here. So I'm talking, and I don't give a fuck what anybody say. When an older person, Confucian said, say if you're ready, we can almost go. Confucian said, he said the strength of the nation depends on the integrity of the home. When the fathers and the mother are flawed family, when they are immoral, the whole nation suffer. When the adults in a nation are immoral, the whole nation suffer from morality shortage. That's what is happening in Liberia. I particularly don't care. When you have like that old lady that passed around and said, "Boy, that baby," and she collect money and come and sit down. Those are the kind of people that in Liberia that people look up to, because that woman don't know any better. She don't want to know better. She only know what she knows. So long she's eating, they to hell with the rest of them. Those are the kind of people who they will have one minister come to her house. She will have a 13-year-old. She'll pass a 13-year-old over for money. So people like that, I don't have any respect for them. The Bible says shun evil. That's evil. I will shun you. I don't care how old you are. That's evil. And the Bible tells me to seek justice. Okay, the Lord, my God, okay, will prosper me in the land in which He has given us. So I'm going to speak. So when you come with our tradition, if your tradition say when people steal, you don't call them out because they're old, then that your tradition is not my tradition. When I started this conversation, I told you, show you 3 books. This is the same exact book. This right here. This APA style book. This is my old book, way, way back then. Those who went to school here will tell you, way, way back in the 90s. This is my other edition when I was in grad school. This is my edition on my terminal program, but that's the current one. You know why? Because leaders, the life, nothing is constant. The world is changing. Things are being produced. Ideas are being shipped. We come from an analog world to a digital world. We come from an intranet to an internet. We came from internet to the World Wide Web. We are now in a global village, we are global citizens. As such, we should think outside of. When a Liberian tells me, listen, I don't pay attention to ignorant people. Okay, I try to pay attention. If the goal is for you to come on my post and maybe learn, you will learn, and I can learn from you. I don't mind anytime. But if the goal is for you to be a distraction, please continue. So I talk about the Social Security. All right. So the Social Security Administration put in those mechanisms that when you work, the company you work for will put money aside for you in case you're unemployed. You have a place to go to keep roof over your head. When you're sick, you can't work anymore, you get Social Security disability. When you also work, a little penny is put aside when you get to a certain age that you can't work anymore and eventually, if you live long enough, that's what's going to happen. You have that cushion that the government will take care of you because you're put into that. It's not free, you're put into that. But if you're born with disability and different disability, for instance, in my school, their kids are born with different disabilities, okay? Challenges, all right? The government pay, okay, for the schools to service those people, that they have a dignified life, okay? Even with kids who can learn, but they learn require differentiated learning at a different level, to bring specialists that will help them learn at their level. That's what the government do, okay? When you rescue, that's exactly what you do. Then another one is, all right? So that TPC camp is the one, the park that your Liberian people, when you were on the field that day, dancing in that park, it was the idea under the reconstruction of FDR. That park that we're in Minnesota. And let me before I get off, because I have 5 minutes, let me explain to y'all. When I hear Liberian people jumping up and down, it's because of this old man. I don't see what he's done. Like Liberian are proud to come on. No, that's not because of that. We have been having parties. We are known for having parties. We dance in the rain, in dirt in Liberia. We dance and we stay and sleep in our poo. We drink. When you go to Liberia, every corner you pass, that church or that drinking shop. Every place you go in, they have porno. Most of you are addicted to naked people and porn. You see, when somebody picture is sent out, you're running, everybody calling each other to go. I don't watch other people nakedness, especially other women or any person or opposite. I don't. Like, your plenty government official then. People used to send me their naked picture. Some of them men engaged with men. Plenty of them. Ask him, I have one point. Because number one, as a teacher, I can't. I would tell them to delete it. You can't. I can't. All right? I don't. Where any other woman I have the same exact thing. I do. You can say you're brown, you're dark, you're white, you're this. But a female anatomy is a female anatomy. A male anatomy is a male anatomy. I don't need to go look at anybody else. That, you know, my mom taught me this when I was young. And she said, the window to your soul, your ears, your eyes, and sometimes when you smell, your eyes see where you're not used to. When you see it the first time, you're shocked. The second time, you balance. The third time, the fourth time, you normalize it. That's why people get addicted to drugs, king juice, porn. I'm not perfect, not by a mile. I got so much shortcoming. But I guard myself, my life, God first, and pray. If I'm stupid, I'll be stupid in my house. If I'm stupid, I will be stupid in my house with my husband, with my children. That way I'm going to be stupid, but never publicly, because I'm human. I'm totally flawed. Right? So now, work hard. And the other thing is, I don't know how many of you follow Voice of Liberia yesterday. Y'all go listen to Voice of Liberia. Moi and Nukwe, and listen to them bragging. I'm gonna play a little of this. I want to see if I can. I didn't prepare it, but I might play it tomorrow. I gotta go see my mother-in-law. So folks, as you're here, please share. I started the show a little bit here. Let me see if I can. No. See myself here. Okay, I see. Let me see if I can play this. I will play this for you, and then I will go. But but I will play I will record Nuko's voice and Prince Moyu voice, and we will deal with that in a bit. Give me 1 second. Yeah, give me one moment because I'm almost done. Say if you're ready, we can. I want to play this. It's very short. Okay. And I have played this before, but I'm going to go ahead and replay it. Where is my speaker?
One that Dietrich Bonhoeffer believed was responsible for immense destruction during World War II. Unlike evil, this force cannot be reasoned with, exposed, or even fought directly. It spreads silently, rendering people blind to truth and immune to logic. That force is stupidity. But why did Bonhoeffer see stupidity as a greater threat than evil? Why did he describe it not just as an intellectual failure, but as a moral and social crisis? In this video, I will break down Bonhoeffer's insights, helping you recognize the signs of stupidity in others, and perhaps even in yourself.
I'm going to stop that. The greatest evil, okay? Okay, that's where I wanted to stay. But I'm going to call this a day. Yeah, I came down. It's been a moment, and I've not been on here. But the way I'm going to do my show moving forward, unless I'm in a car. I know you guys like on Saturday I would do it here, but if I'm in my car, I'm going to use my phone. I'm not going to do it on here. But I will appreciate it if you guys can follow me on here. All right, it's Saturday. I didn't anticipate. I started on the wrong page. All right, because that particular page is not public. It does not spread out public. So that way it is. I'm going to say thank you to all of you who tuned in today. Please share. And this particular video is on my page. All right. Again, let's start this way. There is no reason. There is no reason for Joseph Boakai to be taxing here left and right. That's not how you create jobs. That's not how you boom an economy. All right. When you rescue, you relieve, you refund. Okay. That's what you do. When you rescue, you recover and you refund. Everything that was bad. When you all come up and tell me that Pape Boakai is signing a contract with foreigners to sell out Liberian people personal information, the whole nation platform to them, and the excuse is, George, we are signing it. Joseph Boakai does not believe in honoring contracts. That is the lie from the pit of hell. We saw that with the CPP. So that is a liar. He don't believe in honoring agreement. No, he does not. He does not, never has, never will. So that's where I'm going to leave it. All right. But Liberians, if we're not tired with dancing for our food, hire people that we will go back so we can come dance for them to give us money so we can go eat. Then you will make a different decision. All right. I'll talk to all of you later. You have a good day. Let me see if I can play this video with this guy, Emmanuel Nukwe from VOA yesterday. That's what I'm gonna do if I can. That's what I'm gonna do. If I can have him, how you call it? So you give me 1 second. I may not be able to. I will play it at the end when we hear him talk. It was very discouraging and deplorable yesterday when the man who's supposed to be a lawmaker in Liberia sound like that, disrespectful, and have problem with Liberian living in the diaspora. All right. that for me, and still does. He did in 2018, and he still does. So for me, it's not anything new. Give me 1 second. Okay, this is it right here. This is here. Okay, this is he and I. This is Lofa. And he didn't want to answer a question. All right. So here we go. I'm gonna play this and I will call it a day. Say if you're ready, I am ready. Let's see. We can go see the Oma and come back. I got some work here to do. Here we go.
You have oversight responsibility. So when you are sitting and conducting these various hearings, you should not ask Liberians. When I heard you earlier, you said, why is it that Liberians don't conduct their own investigations and give you evidence for you to use while you are going through all of these processes? That is your responsibility. That's why you were hired. If we
Lofa, just go ahead, ask the question.
so that I said I had a question. But prior to my question, I would like to make a statement because his decision to
but at this point we have the guest. Just ask the question.
No, let me find out
the guest.
Are you is the question related to financing, storage, or evaporation, or what are you talking about?
My question is relating to the response that you provided earlier, and it's part of the conversation. And it's a part of the conversation.
What? Be specific, please.
Financing, because if you, Mr. Nukwe, as part of your responsibility to provide oversight responsibility, who is now investigating these things. Let me land.
I just want to guide, then you can know exactly what. So the senator spoke in different areas where he made things clear, from storage to this other one to this other one. So he's asking you, it is about which one of the areas he talked about. So he will know exactly what to say to you.
Specifically, all right, since you want to be, in that direction, okay. The issue of storage, the fact that Senator Nukwe is serving in the capacity of representing Liberian interests and is asking here for transparency. Let us speak to the issue of transparency, which is tied into how we are conducting businesses in Liberia. That would be storage. Is that okay?
Yeah, so ask the question about storage.
My question, if that is the case, then my question brings me to the issue of the just ended verdict from the U.S. federal court. It rejected your appeal in March of 2025.
No, Lofa, we're not doing Lofa.
It's a funny guy.
Lofa, listen. Lofa, just a minute, please. I beg you, please. We have a lot of persons listening to us, and when you bring guests on the show, you have prior conversation with them. And the senator and I, the other time when we spoke, we agreed that he's coming to discuss this issue. And the reason why I didn't bring for the count is because I wanted. So let's stick it to this. That's the reason why I kept saying let's stick our conversation to this particular topipic. Please, let's do that. Let's respect our guests.
But besides, he talked about how is everything story?
Sorry,
Sekou, how would those who are competitors? How would those who are competitors trust the process that he and others are implementing when they are concerned about the issue of transparency?
So you can ask him how you think people can trust. Now let's
he can answer that question then if that's how you prefer to be.
Senator,
so my question is how transparent.
Let me just put the thing, please. He's asking in terms of the trust of the importers, how do you think they're going to trust this process? Because number one, they've not been involved into what's been going on.
So he said his concern has to do with storage, right? his question is related to
Meaning the confidence of the
Transparency.
importers because they're not being
Transparency.
involved.
No, I'm coming on.
Mhm.
He said his question has to do with storage, right?
Mhm.
I presented documents to you,
Sure.
right?
Mhm.
That storage in Sierra Leone cost Sierra Leoneans
Mhm.
2.5 million for the storage of 165 million petroleum products annually.
Mhm.
In Nigeria, it costs Nigerians $1 million annually.
Mhm.
In Liberia, it's costing us $58 million.
Mhm.
What's the transparency? Why does he want? Is he transparent? Why is he saying? This is one reason why. No, I can't.
Look,
No,
let's allow our guests to.
This is one reason why I don't like to go to talk show, because there are people who don't understand the issues and they want to participate. They waste your time. You are wasting my time. You are wasting my precious time.
So
Is
Senator,
that what you brought me for?
No. Okay, Senator, let's go to Cecil Sunny. Let's hear you. Please ask your question, please. So let's take our question around this thing about his letter to the Liberian Senate, the investigation, so that we can get the public to understand what exactly we're discussing. Please go ahead.
Senator Nico, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you for accepting to come on our platform. But before I ask my question, I think one thing I'm just going to add is that we are Liberians, and as such, when you're who's supposed to be representing us, making decision on our behalf because we choose your toe, you should be open to be, transparent with us and have no iron bars that people can cross. But let me come here and ask you, you're comparing the value. So what I want to know is there data besides the data you gave us of consumption that Sierra Leone, because Sierra Leone has a larger population. Okay, if I were ordering t-shirts and we're ordering 100 t-shirts, my price would be different from the person who was ordering 500 t-shirt or 800 t-shirt. So let me just give you a common example. If I were ordering 700, let's say for my school, ordering 700 t-shirt, they would charge me anywhere between $5 and $7. But if somebody were ordering 100 t-shirts, okay, they may be charged $20 or $25. So volume is also important, that you compare not just the amount comparable to those two and say, okay, Liberia order maybe 20,000 gallon and Nigeria does the same. So Nigeria price and Liberia price comparable. So based on what are the data? What's the population of Nigerians that are purchasing gasoline? What's the population of Sierra Leone? What's the annual purchase or volume that is being used? Then based on that, we can calculate, maybe it's depending on that the price is set. So can you give us some numbers here, please?
So I'd like to ask you, so are you saying that irrespective of volume, are you justifying that you, as a Liberian living in the US, I'm quite sure you live in the US, are you saying to the Liberian people, those back home, that is irrespective of volume, that is justified for you to live in the US and for Sierra Leoneans to pay $2.5 million for the storage of 165 million of petroleum products, and for your compatriots to pay $58 million? Are you? That's what you're saying?
Okay.
Irrespective of, I said irrespective of volume. Is that what you're saying?
Sir, Senator Nikwe, I think we are all here trying to understand what is happening in Liberia to find a solution. I'm not here to argue.
I just want to know.
No, but I ask you a question. If you
let me make my view coming.
Sir,
understand my question.
No. The thing is, you talk. We all sat here for hours and listen to you. So the moment somebody told you interrupt, that's not right.
I have to understand. I'm not going to understand. I'm not going to.
He's asking so that you can also make him to understand the question
exactly
as he replies to your question, because we need answers from him. Go ahead.
Did not justify. I was asking about data. Based on the data, then I can make an informed decision, because the number he giving is comparable to equal of the usage. Okay, he is not telling us the volume, and that's what I'm looking at.
So, ask your question now so that he can answer and it will move ahead. Please ask.
I've asked the question: how much consumption of gas, or not gasoline, petroleum, do Nigeria or Sierra Leone, okay, have each year? They're based on, I said an example. I said if I were ordering, okay, because the thing that you live in the US, Senator Nuku, I'm always in Liberia. I'm a Liberian, does not matter where I live. Okay, so my question,
let's go to the point. And your question,
but I'm asking the question though, how much gasoline does Nigeria, not just that particular block, okay, not just that particular block, in total?
Yeah, just
so we provided for that, if I may answer your question. So in Sierra Leone, we know that the volume is higher than Liberia, so it's less than 2 cents. In Nigeria, we are quite aware that the volume is higher than Liberia, and they charge less than 1 cent. Since the two volumes are higher than Liberia, that's why we recommended 5 cents. And that's why plenary, when we had a conversation with LPRC and they were opting for 15 cents, we agree, we found a middle ground to say let it be 10 cents, because we know that the volume in Nigeria is higher than Liberia, and the volume in Sierra Leone is higher than Liberia. So yes, we made our analysis, but we know that the volume in Nigeria is higher than Liberia
because of the population.
Yeah, the volume in
bulk sale, all right, prices are different. Oh, no sound. All right, folks, for some reason, I put my pen on the sound. I will play this later. I'll call you. Let me say good day. I'll play this later, completely, because I want to put it on YouTube. All right, you're sorry. I told you were hearing me. Saying you did not hear, I am sorry. So let me just go. I got to get out of here. Bye-bye. Oh, you're good now. Okay. I will play that later. I will play that, and then we'll analyze it later. Okay. Thank you.